Welcome to Oaken Bros, everybody.
Happy Monday morning or afternoon, everyone.
So, Michael has some news. It was absolutely amazing watching your Facebook post yesterday because
We
everybody,
ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. And those fucking assholes out there who are like,
this
"Oh, you're
this
a
tweet this post isn't going to age well.
this post isn't gonna age well. You're not a Bucks fan. You never mentioned a Buck." Eric, bro?
For better or for worse, Michael was a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan because
We ain't
he liked the pirate ship.
going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. What's up, Hallie?
What's up, baby?
Brady,
Everyone,
bro.
that is my big daughter, Hallie.
Sharon's on my stream. Hello, honey bear. Hello, everybody.
But yeah, no, that was the funniest thing ever.
Jason Taylor was busting my balls all day yesterday. Fucking Chiefs and the fucking I don't even remember. But yeah, man.
Did you see that? I sent you that TikTok of Brady walking to the plane.
I should just leave this on here for the whole podcast.
You sound great.
I mean, my Bucks, man, my Buccaneers. I have fucking Chaz Berry coming, going, "Oh, yo, just Jason Taylor's like Bucks limo service." Yes. No, we actually did
100%.
We did a mem called Bernie's limo service.
Bernie's limo service. I put Bernie by next for one of.
I gotta tell you,
Escalades.
those memes. I always pronounce that wrong. Memes or memes?
I think it's a mem.
A mem. Those memes are they were hysterical.
Yes.
Of Bernie fucking.
You know what it was? I was like, I saw Anthony Malcury on LinkedIn, and he made a meme of him next to Bernie saying, "This guy won't leave the set," and it was Bernie just sitting next to him.
It's really funny.
And then I'm like, and this was at 10 o'clock at night on Friday. And I'm like, I have to do this. So I found a picture of a BLS car, and then I Googled Bernie mem transparent PNG.
It was brilliant.
Downloaded it, put it right on my phone, bing, bang, boom. And like literally at like 10 o'clock, it was up by like 10:05.
I can't, because I'm on my live stream right now, so I can't go back. But I found this one from, it was the Orange County Choppers. What was that show?
Yes, that was so funny.
What was that show?
Orange County Choppers.
It was, Grinders or something. I don't remember what, but those guys, what's up, Alex?
What's up, Al?
The guy's like, "It's enough with the Bernie memes." And he's like, "They're the greatest things on the internet." And as he throws the chair, and it's Bernie in the chair.
Yes.
I loved it.
Let me see if I can find the one that I made.
I'm in a really good mood today, if you can't tell.
What's not to be in a good mood about?
My Bucks, baby. Tampa Bay, what? Wish Warren Sapp was still on the Bucks. Yes, I've like Chaz.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it there.
Yeah,
you can see Bernie.
He like that was bigger than the election.
It was great.
Bernie like getting on all these memes or some shit. That was big, man. I loved it.
Ooh, we got to share that recipe. I like it.
Veggie spaghetti sauce. I'm allergic to tomatoes, Caroline, so I can't
share it for my household.
Yeah, I could have bone broth.
I made a post. Speaking of batch cooking, I made a post on TikTok saying the biggest scam in the world is cooking for 2 to 3 hours and then taking 8 minutes to eat,
which went viral.
I mean, for like our standards, it went viral. It's approaching 100,000 views on TikTok right now.
Are you serious?
Yeah, thousands of likes, hundreds and hundreds of comments, and people are like, I have to read some of these comments.
The Democratic Convention's the biggest scam of all time.
Trump is the biggest scam of all time. The biggest scam of all time. Biden's the biggest scam. And they're like, who cooks for 2 to 3 hours? What is it, Thanksgiving every day in your house? I'm like, I'm just making
it's a joke. Joke, people. I'm telling you, the TikTokers are really funny.
Yeah, they are. Hold on. And I made another post, and this one's taken off a little bit. It says, nothing brings a group of assholes together more than something that's none of their fucking business.
I laughed out loud when you did that one. Yeah. That was a really funny one. Your content is so dry and witty, just like you, Eric Oaken.
I try. Listen, you got to do what the thing wants.
Right? I was doing like some spiritual stuff, and I was getting about like 150 to 200 views per thing. And then I did one thing of like Ben Affleck.
Oh, did you hear that? Bernie, he raised money for charity. He took the image of him, put it on a shirt, and started selling it as donating all the proceeds to charity.
Bernie would do that.
Yeah, no,
Right,
it's
like Bernie
unbelievable.
would do that. Hold on, I got something on mine. Jason Taylor, what is your address? And we will send you some KC barbecue for Super Bowl Sunday, so you have something to enjoy that day.
I
Jason,
order KC barbecue all the time from Cold Belly. Amazing
really?
ribs.
Jason Taylor, you're unbelievable. Direct PM me on Facebook.
It's
I got to tell
PM.
you, no, it's PM on Facebook, bro.
Is it?
Personal. Yeah, yeah. Learn the Facebook lingo. I got to tell you something. One of the best parties I've ever been to. Sharon and I have ever been to. Yes, winner. Bob Levine from Boston. Tom Brady.
I
No
wonder how
coincidence.
I wonder how the Bostonians feel about this.
They're miserable, probably.
Yeah.
They hate Brady for leaving, but it was
Yeah.
done. It was done, and it shows that Belichick was all hot air.
Isn't that
That
amazing?
the game was all about Brady. Okay, but we were in Vegas. We were in Vegas for almost every Super Bowl. And one year it was the Steelers versus the Packers. And I think I was rooting for the Pack to win that year. It was Aaron Rodgers' year that he won the Super Bowl. And Mirage, man, fucking Mirage. They catered in from the cities where the Super Bowl was. So like there was, what was that deli in it was the deli in Pittsburgh. I forgot what its name was.
Yeah, yeah. I know what you're,
The
yeah.
grinder sandwiches. I don't remember what it was, but I remember it was like on Man versus Food, right? And they catered in fucking cheese and everything from Green Bay. It would like Vegas knows how to throw a party, but those the Vegas Super Bowl parties, it's a pity I won't be able to get there this year.
Hey, Patty. Good evening, guys. 5 degrees below freezing here. Oy, oy, oy. And snow on the way to feed livestock on the hills, and then home for Burns night supper, haggis with neeps and tatties.
Patty, I got to tell you
amazing.
something. Patty, so I took your advice and I watched that Stones documentary, Standing with Stones, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Fucking great, man. Genius, unbelievable. Like people,
Stonehenge is like the tip of the iceberg with this
Stonehenge
stuff, right?
is like the tourist attraction. Like, it's like saying Stonehenge was the only structure that prehistoric humans built. The guy takes you on a tour of all these stone structures in Europe, specifically in Great Britain. Man, they were built by aliens.
Michael, you're wrong. It's interdimensional beings.
Nah, bro, it's aliens. There's no way that humans did that. And that's what Monsterland's about. I've been doing a shit ton of research for book 4 of Monsterland, which I'm like almost done beating out the entire story. I won't write chapter 1 and just start writing. I have to know the ending of the story before I write chapter 1 so I can get to like from point A to point Z. And man, aliens, giants, Stonehenge, it's all there. It's all there. There's no way the pyramids were built by humans. Physically impossible with the technology they had back in the day.
I was watching the Science Channel and they had something on the pyramids. There's literally unlimited shows that you can make on the pyramids of Egypt.
Universe Inside You on YouTube. It's either Universe Inside Me or Universe Inside You. Universe Inside You on YouTube, the greatest besides Oaken Bros, the greatest YouTube channel. The greatest YouTube channel. She talks about interdimensional beings. She talks about there are holes in the earth that
Speaking of
beings that live inside them.
Speaking of like interdimensional beings, we 2 of our interviews kind of took off over the weekend a little bit. The one we did with Jordan River, he has the show on YouTube called Spirit Science, and Alan, what's his name? What's his last name?
Alan Chapman.
Alan Chapman on his channel
Shaman
Oaks. And yeah, our interviews took off a little bit because they shared it on their channels. So that's always super appreciated when they go and share it. And then, people who want to learn more about the people that they're following, they'll come over to us and stuff like that. But what was bringing up a lot of conversation in the comments about is like DMT, ayahuasca, and it's all about finding the light and interdimensional beings and archangels and really just such interesting stuff.
If I wasn't a hypochondriac, which I want to talk to you about anxiety, because I've been watching this great YouTube channel called The Anxiety Guy. This guy named Dennis, and he like explains everything that I have issues with about like health anxiety and all this stuff. Really has helped me get through a lot of shit.
Mm-hmm.
What was I going with that? The health anxiety guy.
Just interdimensional beings. That's what I was like talking about.
If I wasn't a scared chicken shit, Long Island North Shore boy, I would love to try ayahuasca. That's what I'm
Right.
saying. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm a hypochondriac, and I don't like taking Advil and Benadryl when I have to.
Hmm.
I would love to take DMT. Really and truly, I would love to experience
I
that.
had a meeting today with a phone company, and the guy who
What does
is
that have to do with DMT?
I'll tell you right now. I had a meeting with a phone company today, and it was really interesting, and hopefully Kevin's listening. But he said that he binge watched our show over the weekend, and he's like, "What's going on with all that DMT and what's that thing called, the ayahuasca?" I'm like, "Yeah," and then I
Really
explained, like, you
funny.
meet Toph, and there's interdimensional
Love
beings
that
and stuff
stuff.
like that. But you wouldn't think that that this would ultimately come up in a conversation
The phone guy.
with the phone guys. And then we started talking about mediumship, and then we started, it was basically like a podcast, except we were, making a deal on phones, and we were talking about his dad, and he's going to go see Glenn Dove, and his dad died 30 years ago.
Glenn Dove or George Anderson or
I
Thomas
said
Dove.
someone's trying to get a message out to you.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I watch. Oh, let's talk this. I knew we'd have stuff to talk about today.
Hold on, let me catch up on comments. Hold that thought.
Surviving Death on Netflix.
Yes, yes, yes,
Oh,
yes.
but go ahead. I want to hear
We're gonna make a segment about this.
100%.
Frozen lasagna for her mom because of quarantine. Love it.
Good job.
Bostonians are not mad.
Oh, okay.
We were mad at the Patriots leadership for not paying for the terrific talent, instead driving money to the other happy endings.
Tom
Bob,
Brady.
it sounds to me a mirror of the limo industry right now, right?
Yes, Bob. Tom Brady is going to get his 7th ring, rightfully deserved, on my favorite team on planet Earth.
And your son, Canada just confirmed aliens are real and maybe live among us.
I am raising my boy right.
Alex, I have news for you. You are an alien. No, I'm teasing.
I think Prometheus is a documentary.
What's unfortunate about that? I love Prometheus, and I loved Prometheus.
The drinker.
But the drinker, he tried to ruin it for me. I didn't let him.
I agree with you.
I didn't let him.
I agree with you. There were some really bad plot holes. Watching
I didn't care.
I didn't care either.
It was fun.
The idea that we are DNA from alien monsters, I agree with that 100%.
So hold on. Let's talk about Surviving Death. Spoiler alert. If you haven't seen Surviving Death,
log off now.
Log off now, but please don't log off.
Surviving Death on Netflix.
Eric. Every episode was so great. Did you watch did you finish it?
Reincarnation episode was probably one of the greatest
reincarnation episode where you have these it was like 2 little boys, and they are talking about their past lives, and they're connecting with the current ancestors of that past life that they lived. And they were coming out with things that they couldn't possibly know at 5 years old. Absolutely unbelievable. Unbelievable.
So I watched I think there was 6 episodes of Surviving Death. Yeah, Eric, Kevin just called me. I don't know if you need to take that. I don't know if Kevin. Okay. 6 episodes Surviving Death on Netflix. The first episode was near-death experiences about people who actually die. They're like dead for 30 minutes. This one woman was kayaking in Ecuador, I think, Chile or Ecuador, and she died.
I'm listening to you.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. Do what you gotta do. And she died, and she explained her experience, and it just coincides with every other experience that everyone talks about. The second and third episodes were about mediums. Second episode was amazing, about this guy who lost his father, and he's had communication with his father, saying to his dad, talk about my hair at this mediumship. And he does. And I
want to see that medium in the worst way. What's her name? Laura Lynn Jackson.
Yes. Laura Lynn Jackson, Laura Lynn Robinson. I don't remember, but she sold out. And then there were like 3 or 4 other mediums. The seance one, there was an episode on seances on part 3. The seance
I don't know enough to be critical of it. I haven't done enough research. I would love to have one of those, a seance person on our show.
Oh, you know who I reached out to, bro?
No.
The one who does the drawings, the mediumship portraits.
Yes.
Where he draws the dead person that's talking to him. I reached out to him to see if we can get a reading.
I want to interview him.
Yeah, well, yes, that's what it's all for.
Yeah.
That's what it's all for. And then the signs episode was incredible with the Cardinals. That was unbelievable. That was really sad. They did a lot of children's deaths then.
Yeah.
And I won't let Sharon watch that. She'll be she'll be a train wreck. And
Yeah,
then
the reincarnate. I didn't expect the reincarnation one to be my favorite. Obviously, that's why they saved it for last.
it
The
was
reincarnation
amazing.
and then the first mediumship episode. There were like two mediumship episodes. The first mediumship episode where they had that bartender. The bartender when he was talking about the butterflies
In the
in the
ceiling
middle
of Hamilton.
in the
Yes.
ceiling of Hamilton.
Yes.
That was
It was perfect. It was
like
perfect.
I turned to Jen. I'm like, this stuff happens to us.
Yes.
This happens to us.
The MO 100.
Yes,
MO 100 on the
these
license
signs
plate.
happen all the time.
100%.
And you have to keep an eye out for them. But yes, everybody go check out that documentary on Netflix. Life changing.
Honestly, you could skip if you don't want to, like, because they're long. They're long, and a lot of it, like that seance one, wasn't my favorite episode. If you want to go to the reincarnation one, this little boy named Atlas was telling his mother that he's a reincarnation of this guy, Beard. We love you, Beard. Beard, we interviewed Thailand boy. We interviewed Dana from Thailand.
Super villain.
Bro. When we go to Thailand, we're going to Soy Cowboy.
Did not expect I had no expectations of where this interview was going to go. So we interviewed Josh, who's Suburban Beard. We interviewed his boy, who he was they're both there. It's just I guess there's like this crowd of bearded dudes on they find each other somehow. And they live together in Cleveland. And then what's his name? Dana Bouillon. His channel is called Idea something or other.
Idea
Studio. And I had no expectations of what we were going to talk about or what was going on. And it turned out to be a really great, interesting interview where we spoke about his life in Thailand, how he went there, and
he asked us two schmuckos from Long Island. He goes, "You guys know what Soy Cowboy is?" I'm like, "Soy Cowboy? Isn't that an oxymoron? Like SOY Cowboy? Like, you know, cowboys eat meat." He's no, bro. SOI Cowboy. He's like, Google it right now while we're on the podcast. I Googled it. It's the red light district.
But it's like Amsterdam, Las Vegas, and every other red light district combined into one.
He's like, I'm like, Eric's like, this is where all the lady boys are. Yep, that's where you want to know where the Thai lady boys are. They're all in Soy Cowboy. So Eric and I, and we made a pact with Dana that when Eric and I get to Thailand, because they're premiering Monsterland, or
my next reincarnated life.
No, Jen's totally gonna let you go to Thailand. We'll take Sharon and Jen to Thailand.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to Phuket.
Yeah, no, he talked about Bangkok, how like and where was that place in Indonesia he was talking about where it's like still like the Wild West? I don't remember the name.
The highlight for me for that episode was Soy Cowboy. Sharon just said, "Let's go." So but like I want to see Soy Cowboy. I want to take Alex and Zach to Soy Cowboy.
Yeah, Dana was from Rhode Island, came to Cleveland for work, where I happened to work, and then he went to Thailand. What is the coincidence that both of you are like YouTubers?
Yeah, no,
right?
Beard, awesome. Thank you for that $3, man. I just want.
Yeah, no, you seriously have to stop doing that.
It was $5 last time. I just want to mention. So I don't know if you're reducing it for a reason, but no, I'm just teasing, Beard. We love you, bro. Really and truly.
Yeah. So this week, who do we have on tap?
We have 4 podcasts this week.
We're interviewing. No, I'm saying what's actually going live this week. Hold on one second.
I think it's Dr. Justin Sledge. I have been counting down the days for this podcast.
Yeah, let me double check. I have to do something about the internet in my house.
Your phone is garbage. Your internet is garbage.
I just want to a phone company.
Yeah, I just want to mention that Eric, since I would say about 5 weeks now, maybe a little more, about 3 months, you can't conference him in.
Yeah, no,
drops all the time.
I did an update on my iPhone, and ever since I did the update on the iPhone, it's just miserable. We have to we have to do FaceTime instead. Not fun. Okay, so Dr. Dustin Sledge, Esoterica.
That's the one that I've been waiting for, man. That was one of my favorite interviews we've ever done.
Yeah, if you want, he talks about the history of magic and the history of esotericism, and he's so over our head
No, man, but he was cool.
Well,
He didn't
at
make
the
us feel
end,
like morons.
at the end, he's like, "It's nice when I get to have, these types of conversations." When, because like he's used to having conversations with like other academics.
Scholars and
Yeah,
philosophers. He
yeah.
is a modern day hermeticist. He's a modern day Socrates, this guy. He's his channel, when I started listening to his channel about 2 months ago, he had about maybe 5, 6,000 subs. He's already at 14,000. And every one of his comments is, "This is the greatest channel on YouTube."
Get out of here, Beard. It's not going to happen. I'm not getting an Android.
You should get an Android, bro. Beard is 100% right.
Have not seen Surviving Death yet, but my boyfriend died 4 years ago. I'm very sorry to hear that. Spoke with his grandmother, said still had things to do, and woke up. Wow. So
Wow.
he had an NDE. Yeah, they talk all about NDEs on Surviving Death. Must
Carolyn,
watch.
watch. Yeah, you got to watch it. It really is an incredible show.
How hard was it to set up your web show? Was it nerve-wracking of being on live? How do you overcome
You
that?
take this one, bro. You take this one.
Yeah, this was a process to do. Michael and I, we have a whole archive of shows that Michael and I recorded back in our studio at our office. And we really cut our teeth on getting comfortable in front of the camera, monologuing, and we did 50 shows like that. We spoke about everything. We spoke about our
Uber.
philosophies on life, on Uber, on business, on leadership, on the law of attraction, on kids, on just based on our philosophies on everything. And then we got really comfortable talking in front of a microphone, and then we started interviewing people that we know, people that we're comfortable with. We started interviewing employees, people that we work with, and then we started branching out to interviewing people outside of our comfort zone, where we didn't really know them, and we kind of had to start really thinking on our feet. And that was like a year of doing it. And then this year, once COVID-19 hit, we all went virtual. And that actually created more opportunities to interview people, because back when we had the studio, we only wanted to do it with people in the studio. But when COVID happened, we decided, what, let's start interviewing people remotely. So it took a little trial and error. And you can see at the beginning of, March, April of last year, we were using Zoom, wasn't quite as clean. We didn't have our whole setup. So we took the equipment that we had from our office, moved it to our homes. And then that's what we're basically working with today. Our first big interview was with Tom DeLauer. He has 2.5 million followers on YouTube, and he's a mega channel by every sense of the word. He's one of those guys that's making $100,000 a month on his YouTube channel or whatever. And I was really nervous, and by the end of it, I'm like, there's nothing to be nervous about at all.
You were
And
nervous with the DeLauer interview, Eric?
I was nervous about it. I don't know why. I was working myself up. And then I finally got approved for LinkedIn Live. Once we got approved for LinkedIn Live, that's when we started doing live shows. When we did our first live show, it was completely overwhelming. It was overwhelming because everybody was excited. It was on Facebook, so all of our friends were on Facebook commenting. It was new, it was fresh, and it was just rapid fire comments nonstop, and me trying to talk and trying to keep up. And there was a delay, and we didn't quite know how to do the format of having a live show. And eventually, like anything else in life, practice makes perfect, and we're getting better every single day at doing this. But generally speaking, like, not 30 seconds before this show, I asked Michael, I'm like, what do you want to talk about? He's like, I have no idea.
Oh, I knew what I want to talk about.
But I'm just saying, like, there's
going nowhere.
There's nothing rehearsed, and like we kind of have a general idea, but generally speaking, we like having the comments take us where we need to go with questions like you just asked.
I would like to interject and just say that Eric and I shared a bedroom for 14 years growing up, and we shared an office up until quarantine.
Yeah.
Eric and I have shared everything together, and these conversations that we have, we literally just took a camera and just started recording it. I mean, Eric and I were, Howard Stern and Robin together, not as a man and a woman, but like we would talk about life and business and Vegas and relationships and children and food and gambling and what this channel is about, law of attraction, magic.
Yeah. We took all of and that was all thanks to Gary V.
Yeah.
because he's just like, it
Just
doesn't matter.
record it.
Yeah,
Record it.
he's like, just record it, and it's so cool because like this is our universe, and you're more than welcome to come watch. This is what we're into. This is what we talk about. This is how we act, and that's why I just love having a show. And
That's
there's no better thing to stay relevant than to have your own show and have these recordings. The biggest thing, the ultimate reason why we're doing this is because of the legacy that we're leaving, that our kids can go back long after we're dead, and our grandkids and great grandkids, and they'll go onto YouTube or the archive of YouTube or whatever it may be, and they'll be able to see what we were thinking on January 15th. What day is today? January 25th. January 25th, and they can get an insight into what we were thinking. They know that I had a phone call today with a phone company, and they'll know that Michael was excited about the Bucks. And there's you having that, and when you think about it that granular, that's really exciting.
What I like about it is that we always would have wanted to known what it was like for our dad and mom to be in that kitchen in the late
To,
70s,
to be a
early
fly on the
80s,
wall.
to be a fly on the wall. And Eric and I had a front row seat to our parents' business, but Eric and I were also playing Nintendo. We were not, involved in the day to day. It wasn't until we got older that we were involved day to day. But ultimately,
It was always around us, though.
it was always around us, BLS and the books and the business and everything. But man, what I would have given to see mom and dad's show on YouTube in the late 70s, early 80s. And we have videos of us, home movies and everything, but it's just not the same.
No,
There was a TV show that was made about our parents. There was a show called, I was
on
on
Working Mothers,
Motherworks, right?
Motherworks. Yep.
It's called Motherworks. It was hosted by Joan London or something. And they came to our house. I was in 5th grade, 4th grade. Eric must have been in 1st or 2nd. And they filmed a day in the life of our mother who was working from home building this limousine service. And it aired on I think it was like A&E. I think it was like a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
And it's still there. If you Google
Yeah, if
like
you Google
Phyllis
Phyllis Oaken and Motherworks, it's there, and you can see my
you were
fat
still
ass
in
in a
diapers,
diaper.
I think,
Yeah,
right? Yeah, you were
yeah.
still in
She was
diapers.
running around the backyard.
I was acting. I was getting out of bed, pretending to be all groggy and coming into mom's room and eating a bagel and getting ready for the day.
I remember that.
That's what our life was like. I mean, it captured everything that, I would ride a bike outside while mom was answering the phone. And then we would drive into Queens to meet up with dad. And she was on the phone making sure Vincent Price got picked up,
Yeah.
like that was as close to a documentary of that was an Oaken Bros, but for our parents. And the only
Yeah.
thing we have is pictures of our parents, and some video, but nothing like what Eric and I are doing.
I planned on for 2020 to have more of like a daily vlog type thing where I actually have someone follow us around with a camera, especially if we were traveling or at work it's like kind of boring and stuff, but like if we were traveling and going on vacation, we would have like an assistant come with us and kind of follow us, and then we would edit it up and then make make like a vlog type video, which we're still going to do, but obviously me walking from my bedroom to here isn't like the most exciting thing in the world.
We were going to do that for the Vegas limo show,
Yeah.
and I ended up I wasn't able to go. I had vertigo. I'm happy to say I had vertigo. It's no longer in my life anymore.
Yep.
And it was I couldn't get on a plane. The world was just tilted upside down for me. It was awful. It was the worst experience I've ever had in my life. And what do you call? We were going to have someone. I think it was Anthony, right? Anthony was going to take a camera and just follow us around Vegas, and we were going to be like these.
Yeah, no, the next Vegas show that we have, we're definitely going to set up like a studio.
The next Vegas show we're going to have, yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So I want to catch up on some comments here.
Sure.
When my daughter was 2, she told me she missed God from before she came here. Very interesting. Told her he was here. She just had to listen to her little voice as that was him talking to her.
Caroline, watch this documentary and go straight to the reincarnation thing. That's amazing.
Yeah. No, it's a process. The whole show is a process.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that's awesome. My daughter is less so now, but she was more of an indigo child, and I would be sitting in bed with her before she was going to sleep, and she say, Zadie is here. That's her grandfather. She does that less now, probably just because she's playing too many video games, but gotta let them grow up too.
Absolutely.
What's up, Tammy? How are you?
Hey, Tammy. Welcome to the show.
Cassandra, yeah, we're not stopping the podcast.
100%. We are going to change things though. I know, I think when we do these type of podcasts, I want to do them live in the studio. And I think for interviews, we're going to do from our home studios. That's what I was thinking, Eric. I'm kind of
Yeah,
thinking out
I'll
loud now.
be flexible no matter what.
Of course, of
Yeah,
course.
it's gonna have to be a different setup though because the software it's the software that we have. I don't want to edit the video, and so it's just different. So we'll figure it out. But there's ways to do it. I'm not
Okay.
sure what
I'm just saying we have a gorgeous studio in in our office. I don't want to
Yes, William, you can come follow us with a camera any day.
100%, William. We should be following you around, William.
William can cook for me anytime.
That's the one thing I can't wait to get to LA.
Yeah, William, you have to bring us leftovers. We'll tell you what we're allergic to.
And what we're not allergic to.
Hey, Lauren, how are you?
Hey, Lauren.
And Tammy is having a baby 33 years ago today. Congratulations. Happy birthday.
Incredible. Happy birthday. 33. It's a good number.
And what was your best childhood vacation?
It's a great question.
You know what? Vacations to me, especially when I'm younger, they kind of all molded into one. And I mean, I automatically go back to just think to Vegas. But like there's a time and a place for like each and everything. Our parents took us to Europe on a cruise. That was a lot of fun.
Childhood though is different from the teen years. Teen years are different.
Yeah.
To me, the best childhood vacation was,
honestly, first thing that pops into my head
yeah,
is Atlantic City.
Yeah.
It's the first thing that pops into my head of
Tell the
going to
audience.
Atlantic City.
Tell the audience.
And we would go for like Thanksgiving and the whole family would come. And to me, I ate a lot. Right. So the best types of vacation to me was just because it was surrounded by food. And at Harrah's, they would make you anything that you wanted because our parents were gamblers and my dad would play. So anything that we wanted, whenever we wanted, you wanted a sandwich, we would be there in a half an hour, any type of sandwich that you ever could have wanted. And so it was just, that's the first for like that, like under 10 for me is Atlantic City because we would just go so often that they kind of just all molded into one type of vacation. What about you?
I would like to mention that when you say the word vacation, we never had a vacation. This is the absolute truth. Our parents never took off, ever.
Yeah.
And when we
like this was pre-cell phone and pre-smartphone too.
This was the fax era, FAX era.
Right.
When we would go, we would go to LA, and to us, we were working, but that was our vacation.
That's why I didn't bring up LA because that was kind of just like a second. That was so normal.
That right, but I'm saying during Christmas break, we would go to Los Angeles to be with our friends, which are our clients, and we would go to Vegas with them. Those nights with the Casellas and Salzmans in Vegas when we were babies. I mean,
when you own a business, it's practically impossible to separate time away from having your time off where you're offline versus when you're offline. It's impossible. So when you go on vacation, it's usually surrounded by things that you do for your business. And because even Atlantic City, it was the same thing. We would go and we would entertain clients. And
you want to know one of the only real vacations that we even when we went to Disney with mom and dad.
No, they made it. They were opening up in Orlando at that point.
We were opening up BLS of Orlando at that point. So there was never a vacation that didn't revolve around us trying to grow the business. When our parents took us to the islands when we were babies. I mean, Eric was maybe 3 years old. I was 8. Our mom took
the beach. Yeah.
And we sat on the beach. That was like a real vacation. We went to Nassau. That was before Atlantis was open.
And for the record, this isn't as like a pity party. We enjoyed every minute of it. So don't say that we're saying that we've never been on a vacation. It's fine.
Yeah, but really and truly,
I love every day. So
I thought about when we used to go to LA as kids. That was our vacation. Everyone's like, where are you going? Everyone was going skiing where we lived, or they were going to Cancun
or Florida.
Yeah, Cancun or Florida. And we were going to LA and Vegas because that's where our business was. And that's what our good time was. But no, I never, favorite vacation growing up was just anywhere that our parents would take us. We once went to Pennsylvania Dutch country. Eric was probably too young to even remember it, but
I remember a little bit.
yeah, like, I was able to milk a cow, and like it was fun, but it was a day trip that our parents took us on. Just switching up gears, Michael Short says, "Hey guys, you'll appreciate this one, Eric. Greetings from Vegas, where it is currently snowing." Michael, take a picture of that and text me that. I want to see that.
I've been in Vegas when it snowed a few times.
Yeah.
It's cold. It's a mean cold in Vegas.
Bitter. But it's always cold there November to December. I never thought it would be like this cold in January and February in Vegas.
That's what we did not go to. We did not go to Disneyland often when we were kids. Our dad was anti-Disney. He had no patience. Like
Mom
Disney, like twice. Disney requires, which is probably a lot more than other people, but Disney requires lots of planning, reservations.
Yeah,
our dad wasn't going to have that.
Yeah. I remember one time we went to Disneyland. That was the last time I went with our father. I was maybe 10 years old, and he wanted to go on all the rides with me, and I was terrified. I was scared of the dark and all the drops. And he said, "If you're not going to go on anything, we're fucking leaving." And guess what? We left, and he never went back. And the next time we went to Disneyland, it was with our mom and one of the drivers, because she didn't know how to get down there. But Disneyland, we go more now with our kids. But again, it involves work. You know, nothing is ever like, oh, we're just unplugging for the day.
Yeah, well, you and Jen plan those trips.
Love planning itineraries. Always did, though. Always love planning itineraries for vacations.
Yeah.
What was your least favorite trip that mom and dad ever took us on?
I don't know.
Did you like the drive down to Florida?
I was just about to say that. Didn't love driving down to Florida.
Why?
It was fun. They were fun, going to south of the border and stuff like that was fun. But everybody, what was your all favorite vacation to go on?
Michael Short just sent me this. It's snowing in Vegas. It's not sticking yet. Man, look at those. It's Vegas snow. Thanks, Michael.
You don't fuck with that Vegas snow.
When it snows in Vegas, it snows in Vegas. You don't know Vegas. Everyone in Vegas. You don't know Vegas.
Everybody, what's your number one super duper vacation?
Yeah. I'll tell you, when mom and dad, when I failed the Regents and mom took us to Europe because of history.
That the carousel time is great. It's the carousel progress.
Yeah.
Mom took us on that. We went on that the last time we were there.
Hallie wasn't scared of the
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
It was awesome. I liked when they got to the 80s.
Really?
It was like stuff in the 80s that they thought was going to happen that never quite happened.
Patty said she went to Alaska.
I want to go to Alaska.
I would love. I don't want to fly to Alaska. I want to cruise to Alaska. Rose went to Dubai. I would love to go to Dubai.
Yeah, I feel like you go to Dubai, like you can make $1 billion.
Wow. Sure.
I don't know.
I want to go to those islands in Dubai. Like they built these palm tree islands.
Philippines.
Wow. Okay.
That's what we've been hearing. Like Asia is just like a whole other not even a world, a whole other universe of everything.
Michael Short says skiing in Tahoe was best as a kid. Our parents never, and we're okay with it. We're okay with it. Never took us skiing.
We didn't do anything physical.
We gambled.
We gambled, and like we would go sightseeing, but it was like sightseeing to like the next meal.
Sharon says Capri, Italy, and Paris. Yeah, Italy and Paris were unbelievable.
Cozumel.
Never been to Mexico. Our parents. Ernest, hold on. Hey, what's up, Ernest? Flying car taxi from top one of the buildings to the other. Make it happen in Dubai. You could fly a car taxi from building to building.
Old Vegas with cigarette stench, just hearing the slot machines just shoot out quarters or nickels. My favorite time in Vegas was like 2002. 2002, 2003. It was like the Ocean. We spoke about this, the Ocean's 11 type phase when like Bellagio was the newest hotel. GameWorks was on the Strip. Studio 54, Carnival Court, Yardsticks. That was the jam.
Michael Short says, as an adult, Japan was by far the best. Our parents took us to Europe. We went to Greece also. Greece was an unbelievable trip. I'd like to go to Hawaii eventually. I heard
there's a lot of places I want to go. Like you never think of going to like a cold climate, but I would love to go to Canada. I would love to go to Alaska.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of places I just want to see and do, because for the longest time, the only places where we would go because of our dad was any place that you can go and gamble. And then when we had our kids, my kids had a lot of allergies. So it would end up that we would go to Disney because they were really good with allergies. So basically, for the last 20 years of my life, it's just been Vegas, Disney, and California,
There's nothing
which
really wrong with that.
I'm not complaining. But I want to see other cities, especially as my kids get older. I want to explore.
I took Sharon.
Go to North Carolina for 2 days, or
Yeah.
you know what I mean, and just I want to explore places.
I want to say, Eric, I took Sharon and the kids to Washington, D.C. August 2019. It was one of the best trips I've ever been on. Tommy Fisher says he misses Vegas. I think we all miss Vegas.
I've only been once. My favorite place was Circus Circus, using real coins in the slot machines.
I almost died in Circus Circus. I had this, it was like an allergic reaction to the bedroom. We checked in late night. We flew into Vegas. Our parents got us into Circus Circus, and the room smelled like cockroach spray. Okay.
Thought you were about to say something else.
Cockroach spray. And it was late at night. So everyone just unpacked and we all went to bed. I'll never forget this. I woke up at 2:00 in the morning with a croup cough where the Strider was in and the Strider was out. So it was like a, and I couldn't breathe. Mom called 911. We took a limousine to, I think we took a Kelly. Took a Kelly to Sunrise Hospital. They gave me steroids, and Eric and I'll never forget. Eric and Dad.
I don't remember this.
We're sleeping in bed.
I was like a little.
You were a baby. You were a little cocker. And then we moved over to the Aladdin, and then Mom and Dad hated the Aladdin.
Then
they
we
didn't
went to Trop.
The old Aladdin, and then we went to Tropicana, and we stayed at Tropicana for 10 years. Those Trop days. You remember the suite at the top of the Trop?
Of course, we had the Australian suite.
Yeah,
had a pool table in the room.
Oh my God, I can't believe you remember that.
Of course.
Tommy's never been to DC. DC was one of the coolest experiences of my life. Unbelievable city.
The beard has friends and family in Hawaii.
Would love to go.
Tammy loves Japan.
I'll
there's probably so many places to go.
Yeah, I'm gonna end up in Japan for Monsterland. I have a feeling. I'm gonna go.
Tropicana looks like a place would be Bob's favorite place to go.
Yeah,
just
never been to Mexico.
Just like sun, sand, drinks.
Rose said that happened to her. She's allergic to cleaning products. That's exactly what happened. I got allergic to something.
I was in Vegas February 2020. It was Vegas. Then I don't know what it's like now. We have some Vegas people. Like, ask Michael if it's
Yeah. So this is my deal with Vegas. I think that Vegas was the most elegant city in the world. I know, like, people go, "Oh, elegant." It was, and I will put this in the past. It was gorgeous. It was fun. It was exciting. It was amazing. But I think since they legalized weed, there definitely was an element that it got trashy, that it got younger and trashier in Vegas, right. where you stayed at the Bellagio, you could wear a suit and it felt good.
It's still there. I mean,
I don't know, Eric.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe the Aria is.
It's still there. You can't make generalizations like that.
Listen, yes, you're 100% right, and I haven't explored the Strip like we used to. But I mean, everything on the taxi cabs, it's Medic and all these weed places, and I think it cheapens the city. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, but there's no putting that cookie back in the jar.
No, it's not. The Aria is the greatest.
Aria is my favorite.
Aria is
current favorite. Honestly, I the next time we go to Vegas, I just want to stay in the newest hotel.
Yeah, that Resorts World looks pretty dope.
Yeah.
Resorts World looks pretty dope.
And our mom agrees.
Hey, yeah, it did. I still love the Mirage, and I would love to go back to Harrah's. Annette says, "Hello, guys. Hey, Annette. Thanks for joining us."
Hi, Annette.
But yeah, Tommy hasn't been to Vegas since 2012. Oh my God.
Vegas 2012 was great.
Yeah. Alex was 4 years old.
Yeah.
Alex was 4 years old, and just Vegas was, it still is. It's still my favorite city in the world.
Yeah.
Vegas and LA. I know a lot of people are like, they don't love LA, but I love the city of LA. I always did. It's kind of like that reincarnation guy who's like, Hollywood. I want to go back to Hollywood. You remember that?
Yeah, MGM Grand is still there.
Well, hold on. So the MGM Grand was Bally's, and that burned down. That was like 40 years ago.
That was like horrific. Yeah.
It was horrific. I think people died there, actually. And then MGM Grand theme park, Eric. Those were the days. You remember the Three Stooges show?
Of course.
Those were the good old days in Vegas. Oh, Tommy hasn't been, mostly because he stopped drinking. Tommy, you can go. You know, Eric and I don't drink.
I
You know,
mean,
I mean, Eric does.
come on.
But
You could go to Vegas and not drink. I mean,
we used to take our kids to Vegas, and we would go see shows. We would have best restaurants in the world.
yep.
You know, love Vegas, and Harrah's a very special place that we spent
Yep.
many moons, many New Year's Eve.
Our parents had a suite named after them there.
Hold on 1 second. Michael Short, who's a true Vegas insider, I might add. Michael Short, I'm with you, Michael. Currently, Vegas is very bad clientele, downright surly. I grew up in Nevada and remember walking through as a kid. Everyone was in suits, and he misses that. That's what I'm talking about.
So the question is, will Vegas be Vegas again?
No, I think social media destroyed it. Social media and me, 100%.
So I think it's definitely shifting. I think with all like they're shifting to sports. And I think that with all the new stadiums, it's just the city's adapting, which they basically had to because millennials and Gen Z don't gamble.
Correct.
They're not going to gamble the way we did. I'm like an elder millennial. And what are you a Gen X, Michael?
I think by a year. I'm on the cusp.
Yeah. You're
I think it's up to like 78 or 79.
Yeah, you're a young Gen Xer, but like I'm an elder millennial, and we definitely gamble. And the people under us, I'm not saying none of them do, but it's certainly not the same. Like they didn't grow up with The Hangover or the movie Casino or Ocean's 11. We did, and that just created, or Rounders, all those amazing gambling movies. World Poker Tour was so huge back then, and today there just isn't much around it.
I don't hear of this generation gambling. This generation
they game. Gaming is so accessible. Everything is about gaming now.
This is everything. This is interesting right here. Tommy's opening up on my feed. Tommy said he's been sober now since 2012.
Congratulations.
Since March 9th, 2012. Congratulations. But he hears organic red wine in moderation is very good for you. That's amazing, Tommy. Congratulations.
Yeah, I was a militant carnivore, and one thing that I've learned is that you can't just eat one thing, and you have to have moderation in your diet, and a little bit of everything is okay.
Yeah.
And if you can control it, by all means.
Listen to this, Eric. Bob Levine says, I wish the dang casinos would put an end to smoking. I agree with that. Rose was 12 years old the first time she went to Vegas, and we went to see Siegfried and Roy.
Yeah.
And she found a $100 chip on our way back. I thought it was all the money in the world. Our mom took us to Siegfried and Roy. We hated Siegfried and Roy.
It was fun.
It was all right.
It was outdated back then.
It was outdated back in the late 80s.
Yeah.
I loved
21 is a pretty millennial Vegas movie. Yeah, but still, like 20. How many years old is the movie 21?
It opened up. That came out in like 02, 03, I think.
Yeah, that's 2008. Like kids today have no interest in that.
I pitched that movie to Sony Pictures, to Sid Ganis. I pitched that. I read the book and I wrote the screenplay, Bringing Down the House. And I pitched that to Sid Ganis. And lo and behold, they made that. Yeah, they should definitely take out the smoking. Yeah,
Mystere was great. I think they're in trouble, right? That whole
Cirque
du Soleil, they're in trouble.
Bought Blue Man Group a week before the pandemic.
Blue Man Group was a great deal for Blue Man. Horrible deal for Cirque du Soleil.
Do you remember? It was April 20th because Zadie died April 24th, 2000. We saw Blue Man Group April 20th, 2000. That was the first show we saw Blue Man Group in Vegas. Yeah. I loved that show. We probably saw that show 20, 30 times.
Yeah, they're thinking about it now. Like, when was the last movie about like Vegas? Because like if you look at The Hangover, that was like what year was The Hangover?
08?
09.
06 or 09. Yeah.
So like there hasn't been many other movies regarding Vegas. It's just not popular now in culture, unless I'm missing something.
I think that I wrote a book called Pokergeist. Blue Man on 420. Sky, thank you for those comments, by the way.
Blue Man Group is I've listened to that album too many times to count.
Yeah, audio. Tommy says, Mike, your monster story will be a movie soon. Would love to see it break it. Would love to see you break into Hollywood. That's the plan. That's the plan. I'm writing and I have a screenwriter attached. It's almost official.
So we are Xennials, approximately 1977 to 1983. We were young enough to enjoy childhood without social media, but old enough to have technology when it first came out. We're
Huh.
definitely like,
That's our year. I was born in 78 and
yeah,
everybody's born in 83.
I was born in 83, so that's really interesting. So like we have the best of both worlds because we're old school and new school.
Right.
And probably in the next 20 years we're going to be taking over.
I think we already did.
Mm. Like, I don't want to get into politics. Never mind.
Yeah, don't
Yeah, no,
don't
I'm
go there.
not.
This is
I'm
a
not going there. Yeah,
politics
no,
free zone.
it's hard. It's hard not to. But that's really interesting, Beard.
Bob Levine said first casino he stayed in was the Sahara, and his go-to is either the Venetian or the Wynn Encore. We stayed at the Venetian. I love you don't leave. You don't have to leave.
Yeah, it's its own island, but I don't know how it is now.
I don't know. Was Sheldon Adelson gone? I don't know. I'd love to go back.
What's his face is still alive, right? Win.
Steve Wynn, but he was thrown
He
out.
was like, yeah, he was exiled.
We do we even talk about what we knew?
Probably not.
Yeah, yeah. We were servicing the Win. We were a number one provider at the Win, and we were meeting with them. Jesse Bunker says, "Good afternoon, gentlemen. Just jumped on. Hey Jesse, what's up?" We were meeting with the Win, and the stories about what happened. It was all it was crazy, man.
It's all true.
It's all true. It was like the Force. It's true, all of it. But yeah, Tommy says Steve is hostile. I mean, I read his book. I forgot what it was called. I have it downstairs. It was done by this guy on the Las Vegas Review Journal.
He's an animal.
He was an animal. He killed people.
Yeah.
He had people killed on Lake Mead, and he goes, "It was just an accident," But Steve Wynn, I mean, listen, you can't do what Harvey Weinstein and Steve Wynn did and get away with it. It doesn't work like that.
Are y'all going to join us on the Shaman Oaks live stream tonight? The community he has created is phenomenal. So many good folks to chat with. Yeah, we can stop by.
We're in.
We would love to. Alan's awesome. He's been so gracious with sharing content. He's been involved in our comments and community on his interview. Everybody check out, if anybody has some healing to do, if you're feeling down, if you have an ailment, if there's something bad going on, check out Shaman Oaks on YouTube. He does a virtual energy healing and it works.
100% works.
So definitely check him out.
For people out there,
have an open mind.
It's going to look weird. He does some weird things with his face. Turn away from the screen, turn your phone away, put headsets on, turn away. When I do the energy healing, I turn away because looking at it it's odd, but you know what? It works. I can't explain it, but it works. He helped me tremendously with the vertigo and the dizziness. But yes, Alan Chapman has been unbelievable for our channel. He's an unbelievable guy, generous, cool. He lives in Vegas. I know he's going to be a dinner when we're out there.
Wanted to shift things, shift topics real quick here. You know what I'm really excited for? The movies that are going to be coming out, because like the past 3, 4, 5, 6 months, I've been logging on like Apple TV and stuff like that, and there's like nothing new.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
I know. 2020 really put a damper on it.
Yeah, there's nothing new, and like I'm like, let's get some stuff going.
Yeah.
I watched like a 6-year-old miniseries on O.J. Simpson.
How good was that? The People versus O.J.
I can't believe he got off.
No way. He didn't even do it. He was involved, but he didn't do it.
Who the hell knows?
He didn't do it.
I mean, they didn't explore any other scenarios.
Correct. Tommy says, how do you feel about Reiki healing?
We got Evil D. What's up, Evil D?
What's up, Evil D? Thanks for joining us, man. Shaman Oaks is the man.
Thank
oh my
you,
God,
Scott,
we have like a whole Shaman Oaks people here. This is great.
Oh, I love it. Thank you guys for sharing the links.
Appreciate you, Sky. Thank you so much for putting us out there. Someone said we have like criminally like no
we're working on it. It's hard.
Yeah.
Sloan Bella, she's a psychic. She came and did Stanley Kubrick channeling Desi Sr. Michael, who is that guy who does the voice box?
Oh my God. Yeah.
What's his name?
I have him. He's a channel that I watch. He did a voice box of Chadwick Boseman.
Yes.
Black Panther.
If it was real, if this was real, it's the most monumental thing that anybody has ever not listened to. It's absolutely incredible.
Hold on. I want to look this up because everyone should be going to this guy's channel.
He did Michael Jackson and Michael Jackson sang for him. If this is real, because it's so unbelievable that it's life changing that he's actually channeling Michael Jackson, Chadwick Boseman. What's the name of his channel?
I'll find it right now. You keep talking because it was
Michael
King
Michael Jackson sang for him, and
fuck.
what's
Hold
it
on.
called?
I'm trying to find it. I subscribe to his channel. I don't know what it is, but he does these voice boxes of these celebrities, and like Chadwick Boseman came through and was naming his wife and daughter and everything.
Yeah, Mikey. Unfortunately, we're going to have to cut the show short.
Oh no, is
You
everything
have
okay?
to, check your text message. You have to sign something.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, guys, we're trying to get a work out a deal here at work
Ooh.
where they need a wet signature, and
To
we
be
were
continued on Wednesday. I'm gonna find out the name of that guy who does the spirit voice boxes on
yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah, guys, unfortunately, we have to cut today's show short. We have to attend to some business that is time sensitive. Whatchamacall, Wednesday night at 8:30, we will be live again. We would love if you guys can come join us. And on Thursday, we have an interview with Justin Sledge coming out, Esoterica.
Everyone has to go to
Yeah,
Esoterica.
anybody who's into Shaman Oak, spirit science, that whole universe over there,
Magic.
you have to start including Justin Sledge in your repertoire of learnings. Really is amazing.
He takes you on the history side of magic and angels and demons and all that stuff.
But yes, Sky, to answer your question, that's our mother, and 100% she's done Shaman Oaks.
Yeah.
Yes,
She's a medium. Our mom is medium Lady Phyllis. We should be doing a live coming up in the next week or two.
Yeah, maybe next week we'll go live.
Yeah, she's going to do some readings on air.
Yeah.
She's pretty accurate. But yeah, everyone, thank you for tuning in. This is amazing. I got to go sign some documents right now. But
peace out, everyone. See you on Wednesday night, Thursday, new interview dropping.
Enjoy the week, everybody.
Later,
Take care. Thanks for coming.